Welcome to our webcast on intensive and shared interactions for children in early years settings. This webcast was written and delivered by the Early Years Inclusion team. What is communication? So communication is enjoying being with another person, and it is developing the ability to attend to another person. It is concentration and attention. It is learning to do sequences of activities with another person. It is taking turns. It is sharing personal space. And it is using and understanding eye contacts and facial expressions, using and understanding physical contacts and other non-verbal communication. So that could be just looking, and it could be just listening, and it could just be engaging. What is an intensive interaction? Well, an intensive interaction is an approach based on play, which may help children to develop those communication and interaction skills they need to successfully access their early years education. It is eye contact. It is looking at the person that you are engaging with. It is facial expressions. It is looking at your face and reading what they are looking for. And it is the ability to copy sounds that you are saying and for them to use that communication skill in their play. And it is shared attention. And it also aims to reduce that repetitive behaviour and self-injury that some children struggle with. How can it benefit children? So intensive interaction sees that the child as an individual, and it is really important for their self-esteem they're able to do this and able to join in their early years education. It can help to strengthen relationships with adults and peers, and it may help children to feel more relaxed and secure, and therefore it has a positive effect on their behaviour within the setting. And it may help children who feel isolated and quite anxious about what they're doing, and it also helps them to develop those early communication skills. So let's make a start. How do we start? Well, we find times throughout our busy daily routine to talk and interact, and we let that child take the lead. So it can happen just in general play within your setting. Try and respond to some of the things that they're doing in terms of sound. So if they're just babbling and making sounds in their play, you can copy them. So for example, if they're playing with a car and they're going brum, 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 you just copy brum, 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 brum. If you're playing with bubbles, then you could go pop, 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 if that's what they're saying. Facial expressions or body, mirroring sounds and actions are really important. So look for any reaction. They may stop what they're doing to watch and listen if you're doing it. And this will tell you that they are interesting and they're actually enjoying what you're doing. Your response to this may encourage more communication. So for example, the child may want you to repeat what you're doing many times. And if you feel they're not enjoying what you're doing, stop straight away. You can try something different, or you can take a break and try again later. This doesn't always happen straight away. This is a skill that you may have to do over and over and over again before it's successful. So as you start to notice changes in the way the child communicates, however small, change your response. The child may enjoy an overly dramatic reaction, or some children just like a gentle approach. Finally, intensive interaction aims to build on children's current communication skills and play. So remember, you are the best form of stimulation that the child can have in your setting. So do what comes naturally, relax, play, have fun. Intensive interaction sessions should be enjoyable. So here are some really nice, useful resources and ideas that we use when we're out supporting children. And I think that you've probably got most of these in your setting. So lots of lighting up objects, lots of sensory ideas around noise and spinning and touchy-feely textures that the children love. Lots of fidget toys, toys that spin, toys that pop up, musical instruments, so that lovely sound, because most children love to hear music, and bubbles, always a big favourite, and usually most settings have bubbles, and water play. They love that sensory feel of water, or sand. Some children love sand. So they're all things that you would have in your ordinarily available beautiful setting. So moving on to shared attention. What is shared attention? So shared attention is the next step on from intensive interactions. So this is when a child starts to engage with you as an adult, but it's very brief and it's not always meaningful. So it could not have a finished or desirable outcome. It's just copying what you're doing. The skills are the starting point for turn taking and sharing. And sharing attention with an adult is the first step before introducing peers into the play. How can this benefit children? So sharing attention with an adult helps children to enjoy being with another person, and it can develop those concentration and attention skills that they need to start and finish an activity. It supports children to do sequences of activities with another person and take turns. And this is a skill that children need to independently play with their peers. So, making a start. What are we going to do? We're going to use the interest of the child. So choose a simple activity to start to engage them, and usually it's something around activities that they love. So work in a quiet space away from distraction with just you and the child initially. They won't be able to stay focused if you're in a noisy, busy environment. So you need to use visual pictures to encourage good listening, sitting and looking. So most of us have got the basic listening, sitting and looking visuals. So use these pictures to encourage that before you start the activity. Work at early turn-taking skills using language such as your turn, my turn. So it could be with activities like stacking cups. So, you could stack them, it's your turn, my turn, and you could hand the cup to the child when it's his turn. And these cause and effect toys are really good for doing that. So you can sit opposite the child, press the button and the car rolls to him, and you would use that language again, your turn, my turn, your turn. And when these skills are secure with you as an adult, it's really good to then try and introduce a carefully selected peer, a peer that you know the child will interact with nicely and has already got those really good turn-taking sharing skills, so that it flows. Finally, when mastered, this skill will allow the child to access and enjoy other areas of play within the setting. So it will enable the child to play collaboratively with their peers, and initially it might be with adult support, but the final end game is we would love them to be able to play independently with their peers, turn taking and sharing in play. But the most important thing is, when you're doing this with the child, that you do what comes naturally. You relax, you have fun, you have shared attention. If it's not working, stop what you're doing, try something that you know will work, and make it fun for the child, because if it's fun for the child, they'll want to come back and do it again. Lots of useful resources and ideas. Again, I've shared with you the stacking cups. It could be, we've got the little jumping frog. I've got it here and it's great. So it's a ready, steady, go, and the frog jumps out and the children love it. So for your more able children, it could be a story sack, it could be pop-up pirate, it could be a posting game, it could be click-clack tracks, musical boxes, anything that is really interesting to that child and something that another child can join in with. For further support, please feel free to ring us on the Early Years Inclusion Team helpline. The phone number and email address is on the slide there, and also our webcast page and link is there for you to access as well. So all the webcasts that the Early Years Inclusion Team deliver will be found on that page. Many thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.